Hello everyone, it's your bud. I feel like total shit today, so please excuse if this is really badly edited or if I don't sound like I have much emotion in my voice. But anyways, let's get on to this. I really didn't think that I'd ever talk about these two shows. Whose idea was it to do daily uploads on this channel? Oh yeah, right, it was me. For me, making a video about what I've been thinking about in the past few days is the best way for me to get a fully thought out and still entertaining video made. And just last night, I thought about how terribly the Cats movie has been received, and also how episode 12 of Beastars should now be out. I really can't wait to see what happens in this final episode. I never thought that Beastars would be one of my favorite shows of the season, but it really has earned its place, and the nightmare that is Cats is something that I will not subject myself to. Now, I'm sure that you all know what Cats is. It's a musical that has been brought to the big screen, and from what I can tell, their biggest problem was half-naked famous actors wearing cat ears and fur, but still having human hands and faces. Blech. A very weird, uncanny valley of furries. I'm sure that you don't need or want any more explanation of Cats, but what is Beastars, you may be asking? As usual, I will not be spoiling the show, and unfortunately the basic relationships between the main characters are filled with spoilers, and must be watched first instead of having you be told all the ups and downs of this teenage life and havoc by me. However, its main story revolves around Lugosi, a big, strong wolf who is learning to cope with his extremely pervasive hunting instincts, aka being attracted to girls. Secondly, a small and stressed rabbit named Haru who is teased for her size and appearance, and who feels she can only be seen as herself when someone desires her physically. And then third, Lewis, a deer that strives to be the Beastar, one who bridges the divide between carnivores and herbivores. And Lewis is driven to be a paragon of righteousness by a backstory that completely took me by surprise. The Beastar isn't a singular thing. From what I understand, there's a Beastar in every generation, and they are the ones who has shown the importance of coexistence to all of their fellow students. Already, I'm more interested in just telling you about Beastars instead of now having to bring us back down to the nightmarish Cats. Seeing these two shows side by side is just insufferable. The things they could have achieved with the cast, crew, and budget. Instead, they didn't want to cover up the famous faces in their movie. Beastars' greatest strength is the fact that their faces are the faces of the animals we know. It allows for such more expression of the type that really makes you believe that this is a world full of animal people, and you stop questioning it pretty quickly. The fighting that occurs, the jealousy and high school cliques, it all suits the animal forms that they are represented as. Violence and fighting can be seriously intense in Beastars. People die, there's murders, carnivores eating people. Not our main characters though. There's gangs, politicians, thugs, and there are really good people too. In fact, one of them is such a good boy. Yes, he is. Who's a good boy? You are. And the scene with the chicken and her eggs is pretty funny, at least in my opinion. So, if you didn't know about Beastars, then you now know about another show you have to watch. I mean it. I don't want to spoil it, but Beastars was one of the most adult, violent, sexual, personal, even somehow cute and embarrassing, and one of the most youthfully exuberant shows that I think has come out in the past few years. I was not ready at all for how far things would go, especially between the characters and the action. Some of the action, the violence, and then it completely caught me off guard. And when the characters get really close physically, that also completely caught me off guard. I have so many questions that I hope they answer in episode 12, and when I compare my reaction to Beastars to the general public's reaction of Cats, I feel so bad that people aren't aware of this better option. Cats might be a very fun play to see. To sit down in an audience and watch people dance and sing can be very fun. The costumes and the energy in the room all mix to make a very unique experience, but directly translated to film, it loses its charm and tries to become a blockbuster instead of sticking with its roots and staying a fun musical. I used to do musical theater, and I have many favorite films that are musical or heavily feature music, as I have been a musician for over 20 years. But there's no way that I can name them all, and lots of the young adult musicals are so far in my past now that I would have trouble separating the memories from reality. But I've always loved music, and so I'm surprised that the show without music holds so much more emotional impact to me. I wonder what the future holds for the story of Beastars. I look forward to whatever it is, even if it's just one last episode. As I said before, I really didn't expect to be talking about these shows on my channel, but Beastars is just so entertaining and Cats is just such crap. I couldn't stay silent. I've just felt a rant building in my head and I couldn't ignore this. I'm super exhausted from Christmas still. I'm having trouble standing up today, so please forgive the lack of editing. I really only have the energy to record a quick script and add some pictures. So go ahead, watch Beastars. Don't watch Cats. I will most likely do a review on Beastars once I've seen the show in its entirety, and if this gets any likes, it will prove to me that there are some people that are interested. So please like and subscribe if you want more of this subject. Otherwise, leave any questions or suggestions below, and I will see you in the next video.